I am Annie Abdul Salam. In the headlines, Supreme Court grants order refraining federal government from seeding oil wells at Akri and Mbede communities to Imo State. Rivers State Police Command begins investigation into alleged rape of 20-year-old girl by Port Harcourt-based pastor. Director General Nigerian Center for Disease Control Chikwe Ihekweazu warns that Nigeria was at high risk of a surge in COVID cases. And on the foreigners in South Africa to deploy 25,000 soldiers to stop looting, arson, and violence in parts of the country. And now the details. The Supreme Court has granted an order of injunction refraining the federal government and its agencies from seeding oil wells at Akri and Mbede communities to Imo State. The order was granted on Wednesday to stop a purported implementation of the seeding of about 17 oil wells to Imo State, pending the determination of a suit brought before the court by the Rivers State government. In the ruling, the Supreme Court restrained the Attorney General of the Federation and the Attorney General of Imo State from taking further action on the ownership of the oil wells till the disputes surrounding them are resolved. The Apex Court also barred the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission and the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation from approving implementation or giving effect in any manner. The Apex Court fixed September 21st for the hearing of the substantive suit. A Rivers State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt will on the 19th of August 2021 deliver a judgment in a suit filed by the Rivers State government seeking to set aside the judgment, allowing the release of 150 prisoners from Port Harcourt Correctional Centre in Port Harcourt. Today FM's Uchendu Ejiowo reports that presiding Judge Justice Chinwendu Nwogu gave the adjournment after councils in the matter adopted their final routine addresses. Counsel to the Rivers State government, CNAK, had in his address prayed the court to set aside the judgment of Justice Godwin Olo, which released the inmates. But Oluchi Omeriji, who represented the group Access to Freedom International, argued that the court cannot sit on an appeal over a decision delivered by a court coordinate jurisdiction. By a court of coordinate jurisdiction, I beg your pardon. The Rivers State Police Command says it is investigating a case of rape of a 20-year-old girl allegedly raped by the general overseer of one of the new generation churches at Elechi Wokoma Street in Mile 3, Geo, Port Harcourt. The case was reported to the police by a civil rights group, Center for Basic Rights Protection and Accountability, after it got wind of the incident. The spokesman of the Rivers State Police Command, Nnamdi Omoni, has also confirmed receipt of the petition and has also summoned the suspect to the command. Narrating her ordeal in the hands of the pastor, the 20-year-old victim said the pastor conspired with a female choir member to rape her.
The pastor tell the girl favor, make him tell me, say make I come for the issue involving the quarrel where they happen for the yard, and me and the pastor wife they get issue. Say you don't do too much, in one piece to day for that yard. And the girl favor tell me, say even the pastor wife and other church members then go dey that place. Say make I come, make we settle the matter. So I come say okay there. When she did there, she come dey direct me with the phone. Now I use the take the direction. I was confused. I called the same line, but it was ringing, but nobody is speaking. But the same girl favor come out from that same room. When I entered them, they last told me that there is nothing to settle issue involving the yard. That I must agree in the anything they tell me. And that woman held me tightly, strong, and just locked the door. He was the one that also switched high the television volume of the light. And the favor and that same woman hold me before the pastor that raped me in that same.
The victim also claimed that she was made to take an oath by the pastor not to disclose the incident to anyone.
After everything, they now told me that I am not going out, or else they bring out a black substance and gave it to me, that I should swear that whatever that happened in this place today, that I should not ever reveal it to any person. Anything that make me to review that I will die and my sisters, their life will be at stake, that will be suffer. And with the fear I take that, I swear that nothing will make me to reveal their secrets. I was scared and I really need to go, and I was in pain. That was what makes me to decide that I want to take water.
In the meantime, the Center for Basic Rights Protection and Accountability, through its lawyer Festus Bonwayne, has demanded a thorough investigation into the allegation. River State Commissioner of Police Friday Ebuka has assured members of the State Human Rights Committee of Nigerian Bar Association of a better working synergy. CP Ebuka, who gave the assurance when members of the Human Rights Committee of the Port Harcourt branch of the Nigerian Bar Association visited his office and said he will ensure that the bad eggs amongst the officers are dealt with. The Commissioner of Police also noted that no person deserves to die as a result of an unlawful arrest or detention.
Somebody was arrested at Ishokbo. That issue came up during an interview, and I asked Iraq Commander Ishokbo. He said nobody was arrested, and I believed him. But since it's coming up again, what I need to do is to call the CID to go and look into that matter. So this thing will continue recurring. So if it actually somebody was arrested and the person is missing, we'll get to the root of it. Nobody should lose his life or get missing anyhow. If you have something wrong, you have to be taken to court. If court says punished, he will be punished. But someone to be missing just like that is improper. It's unheard of. We're not going to entertain it. Everybody's right to be protected, whether you are police or a civilian. In every organization, we will see the good and the bad and the ugly. Do our best to make sure we correct the bad so that all of us will be good.
Speaking earlier, the chairman of the committee, Antonia Sademe, urged the Commissioner of Police to create a robust working relationship between his officers and lawyers to ensure the rights of Rivers people are not abused or trampled upon. Today, FM's Uchendu Ejowo reports that the delegation urged the CP to ensure justice in the disappearance of one Callistus Moses Adoi, who she said was arrested on April 2021 by officers of Isiokpo Police Division with his whereabouts still unknown. They also called on the CP to investigate the sporadic gunshots in 2020 by officers of Rumokoro Division that left many people with bullet injuries. The Vice Chancellor of the Rivers State University, Professor Nlerum Okobule, says the university now ranks number 5 in Nigeria. The VC disclosed this during the matriculation ceremony of newly admitted students of the institution. Professor Okobule, in his address, warned against cultism and other social vices in the university, adding that defaulting students will be shown the way out. The VC further commended Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike for making access to higher education less difficult by establishment of 3 new satellite campuses for the university. A total number of 7,337 students were matriculated for the 2021-2022 academic session. The new Vice Chancellor of the University of Port Harcourt, Professor George Will Owunari, says his administration will have zero tolerance for cultism. Professor Owunari disclosed this during his inaugural address as the 9th VC of the institution. The VC also assured that the security of students within and out the campus will be a top priority, adding that he will engage with the host communities of the institution to achieve the goal.
This administration will place premium on security of life and property on campus and in the host communities where majority of our students and staff live. We shall produce or we shall provide regular security patrols on campus as well as in some of the host communities. We shall appoint a substantive chief security officer as soon as possible. We will ensure regular surveillance and security meetings with the traditional rulers and chiefs in our host communities, the CDCs, the DPOs, youth bodies, and other security agencies. There shall be zero tolerance to cultism. Our porous sections of the university, as form comes in, shall be fenced.
The VC also promised to run an all-inclusive administration. Meanwhile, the people of Omookiri community in Alo Clan in Ikore local government area of River State have congratulated Professor Jodril Owunari on his appointment in subsequent inauguration as the 9th VC of the University of Port Harcourt. The Omookiri people described the appointment of Professor Owunari as deserving following his wealth of experience in administration and management. In a statement jointly signed by the paramount ruler of the community, His Highness Alhaji Hassan Welewa, and the chairman, Community Development Committee, Prince Unduka Wolu, the Omookiri people assured the Vice Chancellor of their continued support in the development of the institution. The statement prayed God to protect and grant Owunari the wisdom to pilot the affairs of the university to a greater height, just as they encouraged him to also carry the host communities along in the scheme of things. Government efforts to mitigate the impact of flooding in River State may yield no positive result if residents continue to dispose waste indiscriminately. This is according to a former chairman of Interministerial Committee on Deflooding of Port Harcourt, Godstime Oluku, Oluku, who spoke against the background of the 2021 annual flood outlook released by the federal government in May, advised Rivers residents to adopt proper waste disposal attitude in order to mitigate the impact of this year's flooding.
We'll have a part to play in solving the problem. If we're not careful, we could be washed away one day, because of our topography. We virtually live underwater. And so whatever we do, the way we keep our drains, the way we handle our drains affects flooding. If we're not mindful of how we manage our drains and the waterways that crisscross our city of Port Harcourt and indeed the various communities that make up our state, we will be in trouble someday.
The former director of operations at the State Flood Management Committee also urged the state government to prepare to assist those that will be affected by flooding, especially in rural areas.
In those days, the former administration set up committees, first interministerial committee, the State Flood Management Committee. So we swung into action, cleaning up the waterways, cleaning up the drains, and making sure that the flow of water goes on unimpeded. So my advice to government is to immediately commence the silting of the major waterways, especially those that take water out of the mainland into the major seas and streams and rivers. If that is done, problem would have been solved by at least 50%.
The May predictions listed Rivers, Cross River, Bayelsa, Delta, Lagos, and Ondo are states to be heavily impacted by coastal flooding. You're listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After the break, we'll be back with more news, foreign, and sports stories. Stay with us.
Every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM.
Welcome back. You're still listening to the World News here on Today 95.1 FM. It's 12 minutes after 7. The Director General of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, Dr. Chikwe Ihekweazu, has warned that Nigeria was at high risk of a surge in COVID cases. Ihekweazu, in a chat with journalists, said the risk was even higher with the emergence of the Delta variant of the virus. The NCDC Director General, who noted that the pandemic was still active in the country, urged Nigerians to be aware of the risk and take responsibility to protect their lives, loved ones, and the economy. Ihekweazu stated that the rise in cases in Nigeria was imminent, with what they have seen in several other countries across the world and in Africa. The Senate President Ahmed Lawan says those accusing the leadership of the National Assembly of tampering with the Electoral Act Amendment Bill are mischievous and rabble-rousers. Lawan, who said this after the Senate Committee on INEC submitted the bill before the Senate on Wednesday's legislative proceedings, said he received over 900 short messages accusing him of manipulating the process. The Senate President advised anyone who feels very strongly about any aspect of the bill to lobby senators to canvass for their positions.
Those accusing the leadership of the National Assembly are misinformed and rabble-rousers. Whatever will be discussed or considered about the Electoral Act Amendment Bill will be on the basis of what has been presented to the Senate here. If anybody feels very strongly about anything, lobby distinguished senators to canvass for your position rather than blackmail leadership, because my telephone line and that of the Honorable Speaker were published. In one day, I received over 900 SMS messages saying we have manipulated this. We didn't. We will do what is right. We have our procedures, and lobbying is part of democracy.
The federal lawmakers are expected to begin clause-by-clause debate of the bill on Thursday before they proceed on their annual recess. The Lagos State Police Command says it has arrested more suspects in connection with the killing of Usifo Ataga, the Chief Executive Officer of Super TV. Commissioner of Police Hakeem Odumosu said on Wednesday that the police have established a case of conspiracy and murder, and more suspects have been arrested. Mr. Odumosu, during a parade of suspects at the police command in Ikeja, however, did not disclose who the suspects are or how many of them have been arrested. The Lagos State Police also maintained that the police is making progress.
We are progressing, that much you can see. I just want to clear the mind of that Thomasis who are insinuating negatively based on whatever perceived perception they have. That maybe police want to spread on the carpet. Police did not spread the case on the carpet. We have made additional arrests after the Chidinma. Chidinma was the sole arrest that we made. Investigation is progressing. And because of that one now, additional arrests have been made. We're going to say that if you want to sue it under the carpet. We won't go further to make additional arrest. We won't go further to recover some other incidents. So she's our suspect in a suspected murder case, and she's being treated as a suspect. But we have her in our custody as a suspect in the case of suspected murder.
The Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics has accused the federal government of appointing 5 unqualified persons as rectors in newly established federal polytechnics in violation of the Subsistence Act. The ASUP National President Anderson Ezebe, who stated this at the 100th National Executive Council meeting of the union in Auchi on Wednesday, said the federal government violated the Federal Polytechnics Amendment Act 2019 in appointment of the rectors. Ezebe said the law allowed for only people within the cadre of chief lecturer with a minimum of 5 years experience to be appointed. He said the union had already gone to court to challenge the appointments. And now to the foreign scene. South Africa plans to deploy up to 25,000 soldiers in 2 provinces where security forces are struggling to quell days of looting, arson, and violence. The country's defense minister, Minister Nsuvive Mapisa Nkwakula, disclosed this while addressing the parliamentary committee on Wednesday, triggered by the jailing of ex-president Jacob Zuma last week after he failed to appear at a corruption inquiry. Protests have widened into an orgy of looting and an outpouring of anger over the hardship and inequality that persists in South Africa 27 years after the end of apartheid. More than 70 people have been killed in the unrest, the West in South Africa for years, and hundreds of businesses wrecked. Food and fuel supplies are running short. In entertainment, an award-winning Swedish rapper has been sentenced to 10 months in jail for conspiring to kidnap a rival artist. 23-year-old Yasin Mahmoud was convicted of trying to lure the victim to a music studio in Stockholm in March last year. The plot failed, but the victim was kidnapped, beaten, and robbed several weeks later without Yasin's involvement. The rapper denied the charges, and his lawyer told local media he will appeal against the verdict. And now to sports. Olympic equipment for Nigeria's basketball team has been granted an import waiver by the federal government. Recall that the Olympic kit had been held up because of customs row for over 3 months. In a tweet on Wednesday, the Nigerian Basketball Federation said the federal government, through the Ministry of Finance, granted the NBBF an import waiver for the merchandise which came from China-based sponsors at the port. To end the story, here's the summary of the major stories. The Supreme Court has granted the prayers of the Rivers State government to refrain the federal government from seeding oil wells at Akri and Mbede communities to Imo State. We told you that the Rivers State Police Command has commenced investigation into an alleged rape of 20-year-old girl by a Port Harcourt-based pastor. The Director General of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, Dr. Chike Hekazu, has warned that Nigeria was at a high risk of a surge in COVID cases. And on the foreign scene, we reported that South Africa is to deploy 25,000 soldiers to stop looting, arson, and violence in parts of the country. And that was the news as edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. For comment and inquiries, please call 0818-389-2850 or send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. Do not forget, you must take responsibility. Do so by washing your hands frequently with soap under running water, or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid touching your face in high-contact surfaces when you're out and about. This will help prevent the spread of the coronavirus. I am Annie Abdulsalam. Thank you for listening. Have a great morning.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Fire incidents have become a regular occurrence, with thousands of lives and millions of properties lost every year in this country. Hardly a day passes without news of a fire outbreak in some part of the country, causing fear and panic among the people. Needless to say, we need to remind ourselves of the possibility of an outbreak at any time. This is what is likely to prevent us from being taken by surprise. Always put off appliances when not in use. Do not overload electrical sockets. Fuel your generator before, not when in use. Avoid fixing electrical faults personally when you apparently do not have the skill. Keep the candle on a candle stand.
It takes only a minute for a fire to get out of hand. In case of a fire outbreak, please call the fire service hotline 070-315-221 99. This message is brought to you by your premium talk radio station, Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
Brother, you don't hear wetin. Next time mobile, they offer super discounts for any select item where you buy. You mean am? You think I dey joke? To dey part of am, just visit and shop online at nexttimemobile.ng. For WhatsApp, you fit reach them on 0809-828-6688. Their office dey for Alenu Shopping Plaza, Phase 3, Sani Abacha Road, inside Next Time Supermarket. To green them, fit dial 0702-500-5671. They also get office for number 178 Aba Road, Areta Plaza for Water Lines. You fit also green that branch for 0702-500-5672. They also get office for number 17 Biru Mubiakani beside Chicken Republic. The number na 0702-500-5673. My brother, as you see me so, my leg dey for road. I dey go collect my own discount from Next Time Mobile. Next Time Mobile, quality phones at best prices. Engineer Silva, please, where can I buy original electrical products such as Benetton products?
Visit vinolighting.com.
Philips products, AKT, C-Touch Box F.
Visit vinolighting.com.
How about Comesta, Coleman, Curtis Scan, even Logo Star?
Visit vinolighting.com. Vinolighting has got products such as all ranges of Legrand products and all ranges of cable metals. BG products, OnTech, Sylvania products, chandeliers, garden lights, ceiling and dropping lights, tungsten products, and General Electric products. For international or world-class approved low and high voltage panel builders, rural electrification project, electric fence house hotels, estate maintenance with well qualified engineers for all your electric needs and all your electrical projects. Call 0904 216 3488. We sell, we install, and we maintain. Vino Worldwide Solution Co. Engineers, your partners in electrical matters.
Good people of this beautiful land, I am happy to remind you that our able and everlasting God is still existing and is vigorously alive. When you call him, he will surely correct all inadequacies and bring the Lord's glory back to your life. No problem without solution, so says the Lord. Hey, oh yeah, make una follow me to where dem go tell you wetin una go do to overcome the problem wey dey worry you, either on marriage, on business, or to get job. If na long time sickness, just come make we come meet the God sent man at the two Olodumare at number 22 Obeto Kosha Street off NTA Lake Road, INTA Junction, Igboaba, Port Harcourt. Telephone 081-600-49592. Yes, you've heard it now. Come to Aditu Olodumare for special prayer, consultation, and counseling. No evil form to against your success shall prosper again. Aditu Olodumare, the place where the Spirit of God is vibrating.
Good day, my people. I am Aditu Olodumare. You are welcome to this program. Dear listeners, the world is dynamic with many elements at play. The intricate understanding of our cosmic composition, spiritual influences, and physical bodies can help us to navigate this world better equipped. The knowledge of what you eat, what you wear, who are your associates is very important as it is connected to your star and destiny. The knowledge of those food you eat and those clothes you wear, the clothes you put on, plus the people you associate yourself with, who your friends are, is very important. Very, very important as it is connected to your star and destiny. Have you been promised marriage and have been disappointed consistently? Have you been job searching and have never been successful at finding a job? Do you have job proposal for contract award business and have always failed to pick up a contract? As your business, whether small scale or large scale, be suffering due to the lack of patronage? Have you been having bad dreams or nightmares? Dear listeners, the world is vast with elements unimaginable, and encounter is what you need to stand. So wake up today and come for consultation and counseling. Our address is at number 22 Obed Okosha Close off NTA Link Road, Igboaba, Port Harcourt. Our telephone number 081 670 49592. Let me give you the number again. 081 670 49592. This is our email address. adituolodumare999@yahoo.com. Let me give you the spelling of Aditu Olodumare. ADITUOLODUMARE. Aditu Olodumare999@yahoo.com. Put your problems behind you, and your life will never be the same again. I pray for you today that your glory be restored. I am Aditu Olodumare.
Good people of this beautiful land, I am happy to remind you that our able and everlasting God is still existing and is vigorously alive. When you call him, he will surely correct all inadequacy and bring the lost glory back to your life. No problem without solution, so says the Lord. Hey, oya, make una follow me to where dem go tell you wetin una go do to overcome the problem wey dey worry you, either on marriage, on business, or to get job. If na long time sickness, just come make we come meet the God sent man Aditu Olodumare at number 22 Obeto Kosha Street off NTA Lake Road, INTA Junction, Igboaba, Port Harcourt. Telephone 081 670 49592. Yes, you've heard it now. Come to Aditu Olodumare for special prayer, consultation, and counseling. No evil form to against your success shall prosper again. Aditu Olodumare, the place where the Spirit of God is vibrating.
People can no longer take certain things. Nothing is guaranteed. When we were younger, you hardly hear killing. Today is the norm now.
No place is safe. We get president at all. We dey separate Nigeria, beg.
Kidnapping, assassination. People are dying every day. People are getting killed every day. My friend just got kidnapped.
Tell the Nigerian leaders, or if you like rulers, that they are performing below expectation.
Hope is one of the main guiding force in the human existence. Without hope, we all cease to live. Life ends when you stop believing. The sky may be full of dark clouds, but the little ray of hope for this great nation should not quiver. Let's fan the flames of hope. Nigeria must stand. This message is brought to you by Today95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
Every day on Today 95.1 FM, there's always an opportunity to comment and air your views on our various programs. It's not just about us, it's about you, your opinion, and your voice.
President, don't you think that it's time to step down, sir?
Be part of the story, the gist, reactions, intrigues, and the news.
President Neil Patrick Harris has called for greater regulation.
Give us a feedback or join the conversation on Twitter at TodayFM951. Our Facebook address is Today95.1 FM, or join us on the number 0701-933-9962. That's our WhatsApp application. Be informed, be educated, and have fun. We are Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
I am a proud Nigerian. I have been placed here by God for a time such as this.
The degradation, challenges, and problems faced by Nigeria are the perfect backdrop for me to develop and utilize my God-given potential.
I will not complain. I will not criticize. Rather, I will use my skills, gifts, relationships,
and experience to find long-lasting and revolutionary solutions to the many challenges confronting Nigeria.
Nigeria will rise again.
Because I am here, I will leave this nation
a better place than I met it. I will work to make Nigeria a praise on the earth.
I will work to make Nigeria a praise on the earth. So help me God.
Let me tell you how I got this far.
This message is brought to you by Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
Let's talk football. Let's talk football.
What a devastating strike!
Football is a leisure game.
Sports is actually my job.
Football is boring.
That's not true. It's way more important than that.
What a wonderful goal! Fantastic strike!
As far as I'm concerned, sports is all about passion.
Sports Attack, weekdays 7:30 a.m. and Today Sports Live 3 p.m. weekends 1 p.m. to 6 p.m.
For all you need to know in the world of sports, leave the dial on Today 95.1 FM.
For the latest and trending sports stories, always listen to Sports Attack on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. My name is Adekunle Oduayo, Nigerian first ever world silver medalist in wrestling.
It feels great to return to your radio dial to Today 95.1 FM right here in the Garden City of Port Harcourt this morning to serve you the latest in the world of sport. It's Sports for Breakfast, the Thursday edition of Sport Attack on your premium news, talk, and sports radio station. My name is Reliable Reliance Odonyon. I am your reliable radio spokesman, the classical gentleman, and together we shall be having a ride into the world of sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Ese Brume, Commonwealth and African long jump champion. You're listening to Sports Attack on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Don't touch that dial.
Alright, let's get it underway from Taekwondo, where stakeholders in the Nigeria Taekwondo Federation have denied allegations from some quarters that Olympic bronze medalist Chika Chukwumerije abused female athletes during campaign preparatory to the 2015 All-Africa Games in Congo. Chika Chukwumerije in 2015 was allegedly accused by Adeyemi Enilari, chairman of the Lateo Foundation, in a post that Chukwumerije assaulted Fatima Abdullahi and Esther Uzoku, who were in camp in Abuja in preparation for the 2015 Africa Games. One of the alleged victims, Fatima Abdullahi, in a petition to the NTF, that's the Nigeria Taekwondo Federation, said Chika Chukwumerije used whipped on them when they didn't get things right, and at other times he attempted using tiny irons on them, but for the intervention of Anthony Anafolo, who was at the time the head of coaching crew. Addressing reporters on the allegation, the former head of coaching crew, Anthony Anafolo, whose name was mentioned in the allegation, said the allegation was unfounded, false, and calculated attempt to assassinate the Olympiad athlete's character.
I've been in camp under both Koreans and Nigerians, and I know what Taekwondo training involves, and I've been there. And I'm a trained coach. I was supervising. There was no assault in camp. But I can categorically tell you that there was an issue between George and Chika, actually. So the summary of this is that a loophole was created when somebody accused Chika of attacking. As the head of the coaching in the camp, I was at the training venue. It did not happen. It was not reported to me. I did not report to anybody in that camp.
Similarly, Chairman Technical Committee of the Nigeria Taekwondo Federation, Alhaji Sani Lawal, said the NTF board and more than 16 athletes in camp were not aware of the alleged abuse.
The girl that says she was physically assaulted complained that she had an injury. Now, an injury on physical assault. We all know how all African games come. Taekwondo don't train when we don't have medicals. So are we saying the medicals don't know their work? That they don't have report of such incident? How do they treat her? Is there any treatment? Don't we have records of all our athletes, national athletes? Those are the questions. Then look at it this way. This report was hidden. Nobody knew about such a report. This kangaroo meeting. Until when the case surfaced in the court. That is when Chika saw this report.
Also, Jamilu Mohammed, the then team captain, who is now a coach, said, as a team captain, there was no complaint from the athletes during and after the camp.
Nobody called us and tell us all to investigate such things like that. Nobody called me and asked me what exactly happened in the camp.
Former board member of the Nigeria Taekwondo Federation, Masido Garba, said this allegation was a mere propaganda ahead of the forthcoming federation elections.
When you look at the scenario generally, I believe there is only one thing here. It is because of the politics that is around the corner. Another fact is this guy, George Ashuru, was impeached in 2015 in Lagos. I was there, I was part of the board. I believe there are some of the grudges he is still nursing, and he feels he can just bring a funny thing to tarnish the image of this young man that has been trying for the sport.
Apparently, the last of this hasn't been heard. It will be recalled that for the first time in 16 years, Elizabeth Ayanacho qualified for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics under the tutelage of Chika Chukwumerije. And now to handball. Benin City will be the new home of the National Division 1 Handball League after the Edo State government agreed to sponsor and host the competition for the next 4 years. This was revealed by the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Comrade Philip Shaibu, when he received the Chairman Caretaker Committee of the Handball Federation of Nigeria, Mr. Samuel Ocheho, and other stakeholders, which includes members of the Edo State Handball Association, in his office yesterday in Benin City. He said in an interview, and I quote, "I will use this opportunity to agree to a 4-year deal to host and sponsor the Division 1 Handball League, which will start from the next edition in November." Here is basketball on Sports for Breakfast. Former assistant national team coach and ex-basketball player Patrick Omo Osage has tipped the Nigerian men's and women's basketball teams for a podium finish at the forthcoming Tokyo Olympics. Osage, who was speaking in a television interview, stressed that the Tigers' recent loss, thus the 108-69 loss to Australia in a pre-Olympics friendly, should not be seen as a setback for the team.
I think the 3-game set has actually proven that we are capable of playing at a very high level. So the loss is not a big deal to me. I mean, the coach, I'm not saying he was trying out new things, and I didn't see anything wrong other than the guys just didn't play the kind of defense they played in the first 2 games. And that happens, you've won 2 really big games, might be a little bit of a let-off, and that's all. But it's not an issue to me.
Before the loss to the Australians, the D Tigers had defeated world number 1 USA and number 4 ranked team Argentina, and Osage believed either of the D Tigers or the Tigers will finish on the podium.
Hey, look, the way we have constructed the team, and I'm going to talk about both teams, both the male and female. I have always suspected that this is probably one of the better chances we'll have in a long time of getting on the podium. I've always felt that one of the 2 teams will do that. Now, that is considering this Olympics, because of the new tournament format, there's going to be a little bit of reliance or luck involved.
Will the prophecy of Osage come true? Well, the Olympics comes up in just weeks. Elsewhere, still in basketball, the Ministry of Finance has approved the final waiver for the official Olympics kits meant for the D Tigers, Nigeria's male basketball team, paving the way for the release by custom in any time soon. The media officer of the team, Oni Afolabi, confirmed this to me in an interview for Sport Attack.
I just got confirmation from the president right now, Engineer Musa Kida, that they've gotten waiver from the federal government through the Ministry of Finance, and then they are heading right now. So I think you got the information first. So they are heading out to the port to clear the goods.
So this is a confirmation that the official Olympic kits for the D Tigers will be released by Nigeria Customs, such that the team will use it at the Olympics. The 2021 National Youth Games built for Ilorin, Kwara State have now gotten a tentative event date. In a memo conveyed by the Director Technical, Nunayon Travi, to the media, the date has been tentatively fixed for 10th to 19th October 2021. The Under-15 Championship will feature 34 sports, including football and basketball. The memo sent yesterday afternoon reads, "This is to inform all chairmen and the association's members that the annual National Youth Games date has been tentatively fixed for 10th to 19th October 2021 at Ilorin, Kwara State." End of quote. The adoption initiative of the Ministry of Youth and Sport Development yielded even more fruits yesterday as 3 commercial banks donated $200,000, about 100 million naira, to jointly adopt the national men's basketball team, the Tigers, and the female team, the Tigers, who are both on their way to the Tokyo Olympics. The ministry noted that Zen Bank, Access, and Guarantee Trust banks responded in a timely fashion to the appeal by the Minister of Youth and Sport Development, Mr. Sunday Dare, for corporate organizations to adopt the national teams. The Tigers got $100,000, while the Tigers also got $100,000 as support to prosecute their participation at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. In tennis, 20-time Grand Slam champion Roger Federer and British number 1 Joanna Konta have pulled out of this summer's Tokyo Olympics. The 39-year-old Federer has suffered a setback with an existing knee injury. The Swiss legend won doubles gold at Beijing 2008 and silver in 2012, losing the singles final to Andy Murray. The 30-year-old Konta has contracted COVID-19 after withdrawing from Wimbledon when a member of her team tested positive, and she was identified as a close contact. Let's move from tennis to the speed lanes of Formula One. Aston Martin team owner Lawrence Stroll expects it to be another 4 or 5 years before his team can realize his ambition of fighting for the F1 title. Stroll began the year expecting Aston to take a step forward after winning a race last year, but they lie 6th in the championship after 9 races. He said, and I quote, "I don't think we can expect to win before 4 or 5 years." End of quote. Elsewhere, Lando Norris is excited fans will be allowed on tracks at the forthcoming British Grand Prix.
I'm super excited. I think, having fans back at a racetrack is awesome. Having just fans back and a bit of normality in the world is pretty cool as well. But seeing all the fans and the flags and the cheering, and it's something we've missed quite a lot for the last couple of years. But we're going to be having it back, so I look forward to that.
Norris also spoke on the positive turnaround of his form so far this season.
One of the biggest has been the consistency side of it. The last couple of years I've been able to have good results and I've produced good qualifying days and produced good races every now and then. This year it's been a lot more about achieving that top level that I'm able to do every single race. So having that confidence as well, coming into your 3rd season of Formula One, you just feel more motivated, more excited, and more ready to take on all the challenges.
I'm equally ready to take on football stories on Sports for Breakfast this morning. Thank you very much for listening to the other sports side of the story. Let's begin the show now, or let's continue the show and talk about football. To the ITL Cup, Rivers United advanced to the quarterfinal of the 2021 ITL Cup with a thrilling high-energy performance to beat Heartland FC 3-1 yesterday at the Enyimba International Stadium in Aba. Sunday, Adetunji was in for his first ITL Cup start of the season and instantly caught the eyes as he was at the end of a well-placed cross from Lukman Binuyu to head the Pride of Rivers in front after 37 minutes. It was a huge boost and reward for a side who had dominated the better part of play going into the break. Heartland FC came flying out of the blocks at the start of the second half and were rewarded when Chidera Eze's cross was volleyed into the bottom corner by Chijoke Akuneto in the 57th minute. Paul Akwa restored Rivers United's lead in the 76th minute when he jabbed home Joseph Onoja's super cross. There was still time for substitute Fortune Omoniwari to extend Rivers United's lead as he finished off a masterclass counter-attack with Destiny Shadi providing the killer. Here is the technical manager of Rivers United, Stanley Eguma, on Sports for Breakfast.
Well, it was a good game. It's a ITO Cup match. It's a game of surprises. But fortunately enough, 2 Premiership teams playing today. We know ourselves very well, and the game lived up to its billing. We actually prepared for this game for victory win because we knew that it was either win or nothing.
All right, so we give you the full result of matches played in the round of 16 of the ITL Cup. Bayelsa United, the surprise package of the tournament, maybe defeated Lobby Stars 2-0. Nasarawa United handed Plateau United a 3-1 defeat. KB United played out goalless against Kano Pillars, but it was Kano Pillars who eventually progressed to the next round of the competition. That's the quarterfinal after a 3-2 penalty shootout. Niger Tornadoes defeated Abia Warriors 3-2. Wiki Tourists were handed a defeat by Gateway United, but that didn't happen in regulation time as that one ended goalless 4-3 on penalty in favor of the Gateway side who progressed to the next round of the competition. Of course, Gateway have now eliminated 2 MPFL clubs in Akwa United 4th rank and now Wiki Tourists. Sunshine Stars also progressed to the next round via penalty 5-4 against Green Beret after the first The 90 minutes of the encounter ended goalless. And I told you earlier on that Rivers United defeated Hudland FC 3-1. Katsina United played out 1-0 against Gombe United, but it was the Gombe side that progressed to the next round after 5-4 penalty shootout. So the quarterfinals fixtures are well played here on Sport for Breakfast. It's going to be Gateway United taking on Bayelsa United, Kano Pillars to play Sunshine Stars, Rivers United take on Niger Tornadoes, and Nasarawa United will have a battle against Gombe United. In the Nigeria Professional Football League, head coach of Akwa United, Kennedy Boboye, has downplayed suggestions that the club are already runaway winners of the Nigeria Professional Football League, stating that the former ITO Cup champions must beat Rivers United in Port Harcourt to solidify their title chase. The Promise Keepers opened a 5-point gap lead from second place Nasarawa United after beating Enyimba 1-0 in Uyo last weekend. Akwa United will be in Port Harcourt this coming Sunday to tackle fourth place Rivers United in an encounter Boboye believes must be won if they are to secure the league title.
Every game we play, we take every game one after the other. Our next target now, as we are going, is in Port Harcourt. We need to go to Port Harcourt and find a way to get something in Port Harcourt if we know we want to be champion. We've not gotten there yet, but we are just close. We'll go there and fight and pick something. It's a place we will go and we can get something. It's doable. We'll go there and win Rivers United if we play the same way we are playing.
So for Boboye, the match against Rivers United is the title decider. Let's see what's going to happen on Sunday to the Super Falcons. Super Falcons defender Osinachi Ohale has joined Spanish outfit Deportivo Alaves on a 2-year contract. Ohale linked up with the Glorious Hearts from another Spanish club, Madrid FF. That's the women's part of Real Madrid. Deportivo Alaves and Osinachi Ohale have reached an agreement whereby the Nigerian defender becomes a new Albiazul player for the next 2 seasons, read a statement on the club website. On their male counterpart, the Super Eagles, 30-time African champions, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, will know their group opponent for the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations in August. Confederation of African Football President Patrice Motsepe has also confirmed that the competition will be hosted in Cameroon. Motsepe's announcement also put to bed months of speculation over the future of the 2021 competition. He said, and I quote, "I have 3 plans. Plan A is the AFCON next year in Cameroon. Plan B is the AFCON next January in Cameroon. And plan 3, that's the plan C, more like it, is that we are going to host something that should make all of us proud." End of quote, according to the CAF president, Patrice Motsepe. Eugenio Onazi was on target as Lithuanian club Žalgiris Vilnius defeated Lingfield of Ireland 2-1 in their UEFA Champions League first qualifying round second leg fixture at the Windsor Park, Belfast. Žalgiris Vilnius progressed into the second qualifying round 5-2 on aggregate. Onazi scored Žalgiris' second goal of the game 1 minute before the break following Saulius Mykolainis' 17th minute opener. Chris Shields reduced the deficit for the host from the spot in the 66th minute. Žalgiris will face Norwegian club Ferencváros in the next round. The first leg is built for the Group Arena Budapest. That's next week, Tuesday. Let's talk some foreign football so far on Sports for Breakfast Sport Attack this morning. We bring you a report that Prime Minister Boris Johnson has warned that social media companies will face fines amounting to 10% of their global revenue if they fail to remove hate and racist abuse from their platforms. Johnson also told MPs at the Prime Minister's questions that the government is changing the football banning order regime to cover online racism. The Prime Minister told MPs the government is taking action in this regard.
Last night I met representatives of Facebook, of Twitter, of TikTok, of Snapchat, of Instagram, and I made it absolutely clear to them that we will legislate to address this problem, Mr. Speaker, in the online harms bill, and unless they get hate and racism off their platforms, they will face fines amounting to 10% of their global revenues, and we all know, Mr. Speaker, that they have the technology to do it.
They have the technology to do it. That's remove racism from their social media platforms, don't they? The Prime Minister added that fans found guilty of racially abusing players online or offline will be banned.
If you are guilty, Mr. Speaker, of racist abuse online of footballers, then you will not be going to the match. No ifs, no buts, no exemptions, and no excuses.
Surely an unhappy Prime Minister right there talking about online racism in sport. Now, younger brother to Manchester United legend Rio Ferdinand asked Anton Ferdinand to believe England should be barred from hosting another major football tournament until racist abuse and social disorder problems can be eradicated from the game. England's Euro 2020 final against Italy on Sunday was marred by scores of ticketless fans trying to break into Wembley, while the defeat to Italy saw the trial of Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho and Bukayo Saka all subjected to racist abuse on social media. As if England should be denied host status until the wider issues are solved, Ferdinand said, "Yes, there should be consequences. There definitely should be consequences. That's how people learn. But you've got to be willing to learn. That's the problem. You've got to be willing to understand and be open-minded on what it is, especially when talking about the discrimination side of things." And now, from there to Everton. New Everton boss Rafael Benitez says success will win over fans who criticize his appointment. The former Liverpool manager, who is 61 years of age, previously called the Toffees a small club after a draw in the Merseyside derby in 2007. The rivalry between the two clubs led to a threatening banner being left near his Merseyside home. But Benitez believes that was in the past.
It depends on the context. It's a long time ago, you are fighting for your club, and then it's what I will do now. So if you are the manager, you have to defend your club in any context. In this case, I will fight for Everton. I will try to do my best every single game. I don't see a big issue. I think that the fans appreciate that we will be here working really hard for the team, for the club, and then if we can do well, nobody will be talking about that, what happened in the past. So I'm thinking about the future. I know that they want me to be successful, and I am sure that we can do it.
The former Chelsea boss added that he is hoping to bring winning football to Everton and has already spoken to some senior players that will help him achieve that.
I have had conversation with some senior players. I'm really pleased because all of them, they are ambitious, but all of them, they realize that something was missing. This something that was missing is what we have to be sure that we find. And for me, it's just the winning mentality that there has to be from the first day until the last day. So normally, if you win trophies, if you compete for something, it's at the end of the season, and it's when you have to be stronger. We have experience doing that, and I am confident that we will do it. And the mentality, the conversation with these senior players has been more or less in this direction.
Who cares about what happened in the past if Benitez delivers a title for Evertonians? All right, let's talk transfers this morning on Sports for Breakfast. Manchester United are expected to confirm the £73 million signing of Borussia Dortmund winger Jadon Sancho within days. Sancho completed a medical on Tuesday ahead of finalizing his transfer, having already agreed personal terms with the Old Trafford club. Sky Sports' Dami Shet is on Sports for Breakfast with details of the Sancho deal at Manchester United.
It is so close you can almost see Jadon Sancho holding up that Manchester United shirt, can't you? The formal announcement of Jadon Sancho's move from Borussia Dortmund to Manchester United is expected to be announced in the next few days, I'm told. He's completed his medical ahead of that £73 million move, so it's just a case of now dotting the I's, crossing the T's on that contract, and we should be calling Jadon Sancho officially a Manchester United player in the coming days.
Will we be calling Rafael Varane of Real Madrid a Manchester United player in the coming days? Shet has the answer.
This one looks like it's a little bit further away, but what I can tell you that Manchester United have held what's been described to me as positive talks with the representatives of the Real Madrid defender Rafael Varane. Nothing at this stage has been agreed, but personal terms are not expected to be a problem in this deal. They've yet to speak to Real Madrid, but they are expected to do that once they've reached an agreement with Varane and his representatives.
In Barcelona, Lionel Messi and Barcelona have reached an agreement for the forward to sign a new 5-year deal with the Catalan club, which will see the Argentine take a 50% pay cut. But why has Messi agreed to a 5-year deal with massive 50% pay cut? Here is Spanish football expert Joan Metier with more insight on the Messi deal with Barcelona on Sports for Breakfast Sport Attack this morning.
The reason it's a 5-year deal is because the first 2 years will be Messi playing with Barcelona, but it's a longer deal so that he stays linked to the club as an ambassador, and he might go to MLS, that's the talk, after 2 years, still being paid by the club. And this basically is a way of Barcelona being able to spread out the payment over 5 years. That's part of the reason he's been able to take such a massive cut, around about 50%.
Would anyone be leaving Barcelona this season, or probably because of this Messi deal? Let's give Mathieu another opportunity to tell us more.
He's been convinced for a while now, even though he's been a free agent for the past couple of weeks. The problem was registering Messi with La Liga. La Liga have very strict financial control rules, which you cannot register new players unless you meet those guidelines. So they need to clear a lot of salary off the books, and they're still working to do that. That's why there's even reports today that they might make a swap deal with Saul and Griezmann as part of a way of freeing up Griezmann's high wages to then pay Messi.
So there could be a Saul Niguez and of course Antoine Griezmann swap deal for Barcelona just to clear off their high wages to ensure that Messi stays in the team. Now Gianluigi Donnarumma has completed his free transfer move to PSG from AC Milan and has signed a 5-year deal. The Ligue 1 Giants made the announcement in a statement released on their official website yesterday. Portugal international goalkeeper Rui Patricio has signed a 3-year contract with Serie A club Roma from Premier League side Wolverhampton Wanderers. The Italian club announced the 33-year-old becomes a new Portuguese coach. Jose Mourinho's first signing in a deal that runs until June 2024 and is worth an initial 11.5 million euros. That's about $13.5 million plus bonuses, the club said. In Jose Mourinho, we are talking about one of the greatest coaches in the world, and I'm excited to start working with him and doing everything I can to help the team, said Patricio. Thank you very much, because I'm equally excited that you stayed glued with me on Sports for Breakfast, Sport Attack this morning, and listen to the Football Bulletin. Thank you for being a part of it. My name is Reliable Reliance Udanyan. I am your reliable radio spokesman, the classical gentleman. 30 p.m. will be time for Sport. Today's Sports Live, I beg your pardon. Make sure you listen. But until then, have a successful morning, and do not forget to always try to give it a little bit of a sacrifice in anything you want to achieve, because trust me, there is no success without a sacrifice. Good morning to you.
Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
God bless you all. Of course, it's your own very person that you know, Bishop Dr. Uche Juliet Eloy Ajurisin, aka Jesus Baby One, the General Overseer of Belter Evidence Assembly, located at back of SARS office, Rukboko, Port Harcourt. I want to let somebody know that your season of celebration has come. I bring good news to you all, and I want to let you know that birthday, anniversary, youth empowerment, philanthropies, and inauguration of all Delta's Indigene Worldwide Forum is coming up. 5 NGOs. Wow. Like 5 NGOs will be doing anniversary Belter Evidence Assembly with 5 years in month of July, from the 13th of July to 18th of July 2021. From 13th to 18th 2021. International Men's Forum, IMF, of course you know, is the one that build men in all round on skill acquisition, training people on how to produce paint, handbag, wallet, belts, so many things. We have trained the youth. We'll be doing our 2 years anniversary. Women in business, global resources will be 1 year. We have trained so many women and empowered so many women. And UC Entertainment Africa will be 8 years old. We have a studio where we train people free of charge on how to produce their song. Jesus The Big Care Foundation will be 3 years old. And my birthday is also coming up. It's 5 days of grace and perfection. 5 days of grace and perfection. And my birthday theme, enter your rest. Genesis chapter 8 verse 4 say, on the 17th day of the 7th month, you shall enter your rest. Somebody's about to enter their rest in the name of Jesus. I want to let you know that every Tuesday 9 in the morning is our prophetic and deliverance service, and every Sunday 8 a.m. in the morning is our celebration service. The church is located at back of SARS office, Rukboko, Port Harcourt. Back of SARS office, Rukboko, Port Harcourt. Call on these numbers for direction, for prayers, for counseling, even empowerment that you need. Call on this number 0706 7755 402, 0706 7755 402. and 07017931232. 07017931232. The program is starting on the 13th of July, being on Tuesday. The program is starting 9 a.m. in the morning. From 8 in the morning through 10 will be the skill acquisition. While the program is going on, 2 hours to the time will be skill acquisition training that will be going on. Philanthropic giving. We'll be visiting the widows. We'll be visiting the orphanage home, the prisoners. This is what we do every year. That is my birthday. I'll do it. And this one, the 5 NGOs is coming together to also affect lives. So we'll be empowering so many youth. We'll be doing skill acquisition and also be given a startup pack will be given. So while the program is going on from 8, being that Tuesday 13, there will be skill acquisition training. We are inviting so many persons. People are coming from different walks of life. People are coming from different angles. We are expecting everybody. Are you listening to us wherever you are? Come and join us and appreciate God for his faithfulness in our life. On Tuesday is 9 in the morning, but from 8 is the skill acquisition. On Wednesday is 4 p.m., but from 2 to 4 will be the skill acquisition. Thursday, Friday is 2 to 4. Then from 4 to 6 is the anniversary. Then on Saturday being the 17th day, 2 hours to 12, that is from 10 a.m. the skill acquisition will also take place. And from that 12, the empowerment and birthday will now start taking place. And on Sunday being 18th is the Thanksgiving for all. Join us to celebrate. And I want to let you know that your life can never remain the same. Good things is about to come your way. Your story is about to change. For us to be doing anniversary means we have done something. What is anniversary? Anniversary is a time to remember and reflect and thanking God for now and thanking God for the future. We are thanking God for what he has done for the church. For 5 years old, we have never buried one member of the church. We have never buried one member of the church for these 5 years. And within these 5 years, we have 7 branches of the church. The International Men's Forum is 2 years old, and we have outreaches in many places, and we have chapters of the anniversary. So call on this number 07067755 07067755 and 07017931232. The place is number 1 Jesus Baby Road, close to Obiakpo International Market, Rukboko, Port Harcourt. I am Bishop Dr. Uche Juliet Elue Ajurisin, aka Jesus Baby One, the founder of all and the GO of Evidence Assembly. My birthday is coming up, and inauguration of all Deltas Indigenous, wherever you are as a Delta, join us as we inaugurate the Forum of All Deltas Indigenous Worldwide Forum. Youth will be empowered, philanthropy will be given, widows will be taken care of, less privilege will be taken care of. God bless you. Join us as we affect life. Remember, you are not rich until you become an outreach. God bless you. See you there soon. I know they take a coffee before they...
Peak protein breakfast. That's the secret to how mom wakes up early, makes breakfast for us, and runs off to work. How daddy works most nights and still gets up early to drop me at school. No matter how busy they are, they're never too tired to play with me. And that's because they never leave home without a Peak protein breakfast.
Start every day with a Peak breakfast enriched with protein to keep you going.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
Today 95.1 FM, good morning.
My name is Ifeanyi, I'm calling you from... Hello?
Yes, Today 95.1 FM, good morning.
My name is William, I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, William from Port Harcourt, go ahead.
Talk radio.
You have a right to say no, right? All right.
I'm calling from Unipua.
Okay, thank you so much from Unipua.
We are the station that needs no introduction. Of course, you know, we give the best in news, sports.
You like football, right?
Entertainment, politics. In fact, call it talk.
Yes, we know there's a lot you want to hear, and that is why we talk about everything.
Talk radio.
We're right before you. It's just a dial away. This is your number 1 premium talk radio. Today, 95.1 FM. Voice of the people.